Okay, once upon a time, three bears. Mama bear, daddy bear, baby bear. And some porridge.
Oatmeal.
That's the same thing as oatmeal. So she brought it out and put it on a table, and they could sit down to eat, and they said, boy, this stuff is too hot. We can't eat this like this. So Mama Bear said, well, why don't we go to Sunday school, and while we're gone, it'll get cool, and then we can eat it. So they said, okay. So they left the oatmeal on the table, and they went to Sunday school. And there was this little girl, her name was Goldilocks, and she left her home one day and went out into the woods, and she got lost. And she didn't know where she was.
Oh, is that was taking some flowers?
Yeah.
For her mommy?
For her mama and her grandma both. And, but she got lost anyway. And so she had to stay all night out in the woods, and she was scared too. She was scared that something was going to get her. And so she woke up, and she started walking, and she smelled that oatmeal. And she went up to the house where the three bears lived, and the window was open, and she looked in there, and she saw the oatmeal on the table, and she said, boy, that sure looks good. So she went in and sat down. Well, and she says, that oatmeal is too hot. And she went over to Mama Bear's oatmeal and started to eat that, and she says, this oatmeal here is too cold. So then she went over to Baby Bear's oatmeal, and she tasted that, and she said, oh boy, this is just right. And she ate that oatmeal all gone. So after she finished eating, she said, I think I'll sit down and rest. So she sat down in Daddy Bear's chair, and she said, man, this chair is too hard. So she got up and went over and sat down in Mama Bear's chair, and she said, oh boy, this is too soft. So she got up, she sat down in Baby Bear's chair, and she said, oh, this is just right. And she laid back in the chair, and the chair broke down all to pieces. And she got up, and she said, boy, I sure am sleeping. So she went upstairs, and she saw these three beds. So she got in the first bed, and she closed her eyes, but she couldn't go to sleep. She said, this bed is too hard. That was Daddy Bear's bed. So she got up and she got in Mama Bear's bed. And she said, well, this bed here is too soft. So then she got up and got in Baby Bear's bed. And that bed felt so good, she said, boy, this bed is just right. She closed her little eyes and went to sleep. And pretty soon the three bears came home from Sunday school. And they were hungry. They were waiting for this oatmeal. And they walked in the house and looked. Daddy Bear said, somebody's been eating my oatmeal. Mama Bear said, somebody's been eating my oatmeal too. And little Baby Bear started crying. He said, somebody's been eating my oatmeal, and they eat it all gone. And then they looked around, and Daddy Bear said, somebody's been sitting in my chair. And Mama Bear said, somebody's been sitting in my chair too. And little Baby Bear, he was still crying because somebody ate all his oatmeal. And he looked and saw his chair all to pieces laying on the floor, and he really started crying then. He said, somebody's been sitting in my chair, and they broke it all to pieces. And he was really crying then. So Daddy Bear figured, well, I better take a look around. So they went upstairs, and Daddy Bear saw his bed was a little messed up. He said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed. And Mama Bear said, somebody's been sleeping in my bed too. And Baby Bear, he was crying up a storm. He looked over in his bed, and he saw that little girl in there, and he says, somebody's been sleeping in my bed, and they're still in it too. And they went over there, and the three bears were standing over Goldilocks, and Goldilocks opened her eyes up, and she saw them three bears. And the three bears wouldn't have hurt her, but she didn't know that. And she jumped up out of that bed, and jumped out the window, and run just as fast as she could run. And you know what? All of a sudden she remembered exactly where she lived, and she run home. And when she got home, she told her mama, she said, I won't never go away anymore. and they lived happily ever
Oh
after.
my God,